as Palm tried to take it to the paint. Palm goes down hard. Call a blocking foul on Texas Wesleyan. Be their 4th foul. Let's see who they call that on. And that's going to go against Evan Randall. That's his first, but 4th team foul on the Rams at the 7:08 mark. And they'll inbound it underneath their basketball. Will be the Bearcats. Wolff now gets it back in the corner. Goes into the inside. His shot won't go, and that's Brad Copeland. But Copeland's going to draw the foul.
No, I think it'll be on Dimitrovic.
That's Dimitrovic. He's got 4. So both post players. Dan A. Dimitrovic has got his 4th, and Ken Detmer just picked up his 4th for the Bearcats. So Aaron Scott gets off the bench for Terry Waldrop's Rams, and he'll be checking in after this first free throw. Copeland, a 60% free throw shooter, will go to the line to shoot a pair. Copeland, 2 points in the night. This one hits back iron as he shakes his head.
Copeland did a nice job on that drive, getting underneath the basket and then using the basket as a shield. But it looked like Dimitrovic with some body contact as he went up for the shot.
So Dimitrovic will check out as Scott checks back in. Second free throw on his way by Copeland. Nothing but the net. He's got 3, back to a 6-point lead. 65-59 as Randall, left-handed point guard, brings it up the court. The right wing free throw line extended, then he'll attack the paint. Gives it back out to Gobert. Gobert is to try to get it to Finley, but knocked away and stolen, and here come the Bearcats. On the push, TJ Stone. He'll pull it back out to Wolff, over to Palm. Left-handed pass inside to Hobby. His jump shot won't go. Fight for the rebound, and Finley has it for the Rams. Gives it off to Randall. He'll walk it up the court. 6:30 left, 6-point lead for the Bearcats.
Aaron Scott was able to get that rebound. He went up high, grabbed it, and went to the floor, and then the rebound eventually to Texas Wesleyan.
Over to Gobert, turns down the 3, and then leaves his feet, but luckily was able to give the pass off to Scott, who gives it back to Randall, and they'll reset against his man-to-man defense. Jump switch that time into the corner. They'll give it to Ishan. Ishan's shot won't go, but we're going to have an illegal screen inside on the Rams. And that's going to be on Evan Randall. His screen freed up Ishan for the shot, which he missed. By doing so, he set an illegal screen. Offensive foul, non-shooting foul. That's Randall's second. 16 foul on Texas Wesleyan. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bearcats. 5:58 left. Mark Miller alongside Laurel LeBeau. The opening round, second day. The opening round of the 71st annual NAIA National Championship from Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City. Glad you're with us this afternoon. We've seen a good one. Bearcats hanging on to a 6-point lead, coming in as the 11th seed. Out front, Palm to Hobby. Over to TJ Stone. He chased out in the perimeter. Stone dribble drive or dribbles it back out to get some distance between him and his defender, and then hands it off to Palm. Palm will attack the basket. Nice pass inside. Up and under. Can't finish it is Copeland. Rebounding Hobby. His follow-up is good. Eric Hobby's got 17, 8 here in the second half. Back to an 8-point lead for McKendree.
The 10th offensive rebound for McKendree leads to a basket for McKendree.
Randall back out to Scott to Ishan. 2-man game into the corner to Finley in that right block. Ball fake, turn around, fadeaway 10-footer. Hits the front lip and rebounded by Hobby. Out to Stone. Here come the Bearcats with the ball with an 8-point lead.
And Dimitrovic getting
Wolff.
ready to check in.
Hands it back to Stone, and they'll reset. 21 on the shot clock. 4:52 on the game clock. McKendree hanging on to an 8-point lead here, trying to advance to the second round. Wolff back outside to Hobby for a 3. Rims in and out. Going up high, and the rebound is Copeland. His follow shot won't go, but he's fouled.
Well, there's another example of that front line for the Bearcats starting to wear down Texas Wesleyan. You come into the game and you take a look at the stats. Hobby, Copeland, Detmer all average 7 rebounds a game, or a little bit more than 7, and certainly a reflection on that play.
That foul was on Fred Ishan, his 4th foul, as the free throw is missed by Copeland. Dimitrovic along with Hector Mukwe check in for Texas Wesleyan,
And that's a
placing
move.
Evan Randall and Aaron Scott.
And that's a move to get bigger to try to reverse that advantage that McKendree has on that front line.
Well, they've got Mukway, Dimitrovic, and Finley, so they're going 6'5", 6'10", 6'7" across that front line just to make your point. That's what they're going to try to do on the offensive end and limit the Bearcats to one shot on the offensive end. Second free throw up and good by Copeland. He's got 4, 9-point lead now at 68-59, 4:40 left here in the second half. Ishan across the timeline over to Gobert, to Dimitrovic in the corner. Picked up by Hobby. Looking for Finley in the low block. Pass wasn't there. Pass is nearly stolen, and it is by Andy Wolff. Wolff steals it for the Bearcats. Took it away from Gobert. And they're going to call a reach-in foul. That might have been more of a frustration foul on Kenneth Gobert, the junior. Just got his pocket picked on the offensive end, then comes back and fouls Wolff. It'll send Wolff, a 76% free throw shooter, to the line for a 1-and-1 on the 8th team foul on Texas Wesleyan.
Yeah, it looked like that time Gobert lost a little bit of composure and poise, and it led to the foul and another point for McKendree.
Wolff's got 4, his first of the second half, back to a 10-point, biggest lead of the night for the Bearcats at 69-59. Second one on its way, he's got them both. So now Texas Wesleyan, the Rams, has some work in front of them. They trail 70-59 as Ishan brings it across the timeline. Picked up by Wolff. Over to Gobert for 3 on the right wing. Hits front iron, 1 and done. A little surprised on that shot as well by Gobert. Rebounded by the Bearcats. Now they can start working a little bit of that play clock.
Looks like they're spreading the court now.
A 73% free throw shooting team, so they can hit their free throws. They'll run a weave out front, looking to take some time off the clock. 15 on the shot clock, 3:44 in the game clock. McKendree with 11-point lead as the 11th seed tries to advance. Into the corner to Copeland. Copeland back outside, a guarded 3, hits front iron for Palm. Running down the rebound and then bringing it out. Nice decision that time by Wolff. Let's milk some more time off that clock, and the Bearcat fans stand up behind the bench and they applaud that decision. They'll spread the court now, run those 3 guards out front. Looking at run and weave here. The way to stop this is a little jump switch maybe and double team the ball. 3:15 left, 19 on the shot clock. Wolff will attack the paint. His pass is deflected, and it was the nice call by the official. He got the second tip there, and that went off the hands of Brad Copeland.
Well, now we've reached the 3:10 mark. Now an 11-point lead for McKendree, and a timeout has been called.
So Harry Statham's going to call a timeout for McKendree. It'll be Texas Wesleyan ball. We'll take a break. 3:10 left here. The second half. Our score: McKendree 70, Texas Wesleyan 59. You're listening to the Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Men's Basketball Championship.
Ten, 5, 4, 3.
Live from Municipal Auditorium, this is NAIA Championship Basketball.
Alongside Laurel LeBou, I'm Mark Miller. Welcome back. 3:10 left, second half. McKendree has opened up an 11-point lead. They lead Texas Wesleyan 70-59. And the Rams have some work to do as they inbound the ball and bring it up the court as Aaron Scott. Scott picked up by Palm, top of the key. Scott over to Ishan. Ishan will pull the trigger from a 3-point ball. Won't go. Gobert fights for the rebound, can't get it. Scott on the follow-up scores. So Aaron Scott's got 10, cuts the lead to 9 at 2:50 left. They have the size advantage inside, no doubt about that. does the Rams. Do they have enough time to execute it? Out front is Stone. They'll spread the court, start running some of the shot clock. 18 on the shot clock, 2:34 on the game clock. Into the corner to Hobby. Hobby bring it back out, and it's stolen by Aaron Scott. Here come the Rams on the push. Finley will pull it back out to Dimitrovic. To Gober into the corner to Ishan. Pass to Scott. The Rams need to score in this possession, trailing by 9 at the 2:13 mark. Scott over to Ishan to the corner to Finley. Finley picked up by Hobby. Pass to Dimitrovic, draws a double team, takes it to the paint anyway. Jump shot up and good. Quick timeout by Terry Waldrop as Dimitrovic. He's got 18, only 4 here in the second half. And you kind of have a feeling that they had that any time that they wanted it throughout this game, as Dimitrovic felt the double team, still was able to turn to the middle of the paint and can the jump shot.
Well, and like you said, they really needed that bucket and to cut this margin now to 7 points. And now Coach Waldrop for the Rams has a chance to set up that defense to force another turnover. Those 2 points came off of a turnover by the Bearcats. And one of their rare turnovers actually today. They have a total of 11, but it hasn't seemed to influence how this game has evolved. 13 turnovers for Texas Wesleyan. You look at points in the paint, Texas Wesleyan with 36, McKendree with 28. And we mentioned the rebounding, McKendree with the 32-29 lead in the rebounding department. So, you know, let's see what kind of defense Coach Waldrop tries to deploy here. He does have to force a couple of turnovers here in the last 2 minutes. Number one, to get his team back into the game and then give his team an opportunity to win.
Well, McKendree has 3 timeouts left. Texas Wesleyan 2. The winner of this game gets the winner of Campbellville, Kentucky against 6-seeded Concordia, California. That's coming up next. And then we'll be back after that game with an interesting matchup. Langston, Oklahoma, Langston University against Lee University. Pass is nearly stolen in backcourt, ran down though by TJ Stone. Picked up by Ishan at near the circle. Over to Palm, guarded by Evan Randall's back in the lineup. Palm motioning his teammate to come up, just kind of spread this offense. 18 on the shot clock, a minute 44 on the game clock. A 7-point lead here by the Bearcats. Wolff inside, spin move by Hobby. Gives it off, we're gonna have a traveling call. Traveling call inside on Brad Copeland. So turnover as Detmer checks back in the lineup.
Copeland just didn't have enough space there to take a step, and then he traveled. He will be replaced now on the floor by Detmer.
Well, Detmer will check in, but also for offense for Texas Wesleyan, Kenneth Gober will come in for Evan Randall. Gober has 3 threes in this game, and they may need one late. Off to Ishan, top of the key to Gober in the left wing. Gets it to Scott. He'll attack the basket. Give it off inside, and scoring is Dimitrovic. He's got 20. Back to a 5-point lead and a minute 15 left. Palm across the timeline. Left-handed dribble. He'll attack the basket. Go coast to coast. Shot won't go, but they're going to call a reach in, and it'll send Eric Palm to the free throw line.
Palm saw the opportunity that time. A little bit of a transition. Went charging to the basket. Unable to hit the shot, but drew the foul.
Foul was on Delane Finley, his 3rd, 19 foul, but this is a 2-shot foul, and Mr. Palm is automatic. He's got 27. As he hits the first one, back to a 6-point lead, 71-65.
8 of 8 from the free throw line.
Second one, that one hits back iron.
I had to jinx him eventually.
Well, he's 8 for 9 now. He hits 83%, so he does miss occasionally. 6-point lead, 2-possession game here as Gober tries to cut it with a 3 and hits back iron. Loose on the deck, ran down by Gober. He saves it to Finley. Finley on the left wing, he'll take a 3. Yes! Bottom of the net, immediate timeout. As Delane Finley, 17-12 in the second half. We've got a 3-point lead, 71-68 Bearcats.
Well, they've done everything right over the last couple of minutes, the Rams have. And we will go ahead and take a break here, and we will be back.
Take a full timeout, we'll take 1-2. You're listening to the Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Men's Basketball Championship.
10, 5, 4, 3.
Live from Municipal Auditorium, this is NAIA Championship Basketball.
Alongside Lorella Booth, this is Mark Miller. Glad you're back with us. 50.1 seconds left. Texas Wesleyan on that three-point shot is drawn within 3, and the ball is nearly stolen on the inbounds play. Nice hustle by Evan Randall. Nearly got it away from Eric Palm. It'll stay with the Bearcats. Rams have 1 timeout left. They'll get it to TJ Stone. Stone still in backcourt. Gives it off to Wolff. Wolff across the timeline. 42 seconds left to Detmer. Turns down a shot back out to Wolff. 24 on the shot clock. Wolff will attack. Inside, his pass is stolen. Taken away by Ishan. The Rams can tie it. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go again. 28 seconds left. An immediate full timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here as the Rams call a timeout. They've got a chance to tie.
Well, they've done everything right these last 2 minutes. They were down by what, 6, 7 points with about 2 minutes to go?
They trailed by 11 and about 4.5 minutes left, so they've just kept plugging away. The key to this, from yours truly's perspective,
there you go,
is the advantage they have inside. Getting to the free throw line and also getting Dimitrovic almost at will be able to get a shot inside when they notice him. So when you notice the big guy inside, you feed the ball to the biggins. Okay, the guys, they call them the bigs.
The bigs
you get,
to hit the bunnies.
That's right. You get them the ball inside, and they can take advantage of it.
Well, they've hit a couple of well-timed threes as well to pull within 3 with 28.4 seconds to go. And the key there is the fact that their defense has forced a couple of turnovers here late to give them the opportunity now to tie it with 28.4 seconds to go. A typical NAIA tournament game. Here we go again, Mark Miller.
Well, I'll tell you, every game we've had here, buddy, is pretty much, we had that double overtime game yesterday with Mountain State.
And Olivet.
Against Olivet Nazarene. And then we had a game decided very late with Mobile yesterday, losing to Rebecca Nazarene. The Trojans winning that game, so.
Yeah, that one ended up 67-58, but that was
close at the very end.
It certainly was.
So, Texas Wesleyan with 28.4 seconds left will have a chance to tie it. They are out of timeouts as they throw it into Aaron Scott. Man-to-man defense, Scott, top of the key, left-handed dribble. Inside, Finley, he'll go up. Jump shot won't go. Fight for the rebound, gets his own rebound. Goes back up, shot won't go. Still loose on the deck. Who's got the basketball? Still loose in the paint. Picked up by Scott and finally ripped down by Palm, and he'll be fouled. Well, the Rams had some chances there, but they couldn't get the shot to go. And then Eric Palm, and why not? The ball's been in his hands a lot tonight for the Bearcats. Comes down with that rebound, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair, as they'll call that foul on Kenneth Gobert. That'll be his second. Double bonus here for Palm. And probably the man you want at the free throw line here. It is an 83% shooter. He's 8 for 9 from the line, trying to add to his 27 points. Free throw, nothing but net. He's got 28. Back to a 2-possession game at 72-68. Rams had a chance there. They had 2 or 3 pretty good looks inside. Second free throw up and good. Timeout now by the Bearcats. They'll take one. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. Palm leads all scorers now with 29 points. It'll be a full timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. So Eric Palm's got 29. Eric Hobby, who's had a good second half, has got 17, 8 in the second half. But Palm has been the story. 15 in the first half, 14 in the second half. 29, he came in here averaging 19.3. In fact, that was a 30-second timeout as McKendree walks back on the court. So the Rams, without timeouts, down by 5, 2 possessions. They can either go for a 2 or 3.
But they have to make it quick.
But they're going to have to make it quick, and they're going to have to make a quick decision here.
And you can expect at least a little bit of defensive pressure in the front court. As Texas Wesleyan bringing down the basketball, 11.4 seconds to go.
Scott on the dribble. Speed dribble past half court. Loses it, gets it back. He'll go inside. Ball is deflected off the hands of Dimitrovic. But now let's say the last touch to Bearcat with 3.2 seconds left. So Scott will inbound it. Deshaun for a deep corner three. Gets it back. Gobers three at the buzzer. Count it. It's good, but it's going to be just a little short as the Bearcats, the McKendree Bearcats of Lebanon, Illinois, will advance with a 73-71 win over Texas Wesleyan.
Well, an impressive game throughout. McKendree able to build leads of up to 10, 11 points throughout this contest, but Texas Wesleyan never gave up. They started out the game with an 8-0 run. Then were able to get the game to within 3 points, but just ran out of time at the end, and a 73-71 win for McKendree, and they advance.
Our leading scorers for McKendree: Eric Palm had 29, Eric Hobby 17. This is your unofficial. Ken Detmer had 12, TJ Stone 6, Brad Copeland 4, and Andy Wolff had 5. For Texas Wesleyan, Donnie Dimitrovic led all scorers, or led the Rams in scoring with 20. Aaron Scott 10, Kenneth Gober had 14, Hector Mukwe 6, Freddie Sean 4, 9 under his average of 13, Andy Leighton 2, and Delane Finley had 17.
Well, here we go again. We move on. McKendree will now face the winner of Campbellsville, Kentucky against Concordia. And going home is Texas Wesleyan with a record of 19-11. McKendree with their 27th win of the season. They advance in this NAIA tournament.
And you've been listening to coverage of the Buffalo Fun's NAIA Division I Men's Basketball Championship from Municipal Auditorium. Once again, our final. McKendree, the Bearcats, advance to the second round with a 73-71 win over Texas Wesleyan.